This is the atmospheric pack from Adidas. As you can see, it features a Predator 20 Plus, but also a brand new facelift and tech update for the Adidas Nemeziz, with more grip on the toe. Now that also means that it's a lot better than the previous Nemeziz was, but how much better is it actually? Well, today I'm gonna look at the performance of the brand new Nemeziz boots. Of course, I'm gonna look into the new tech, and then I'm also gonna explain what's actually up with this black, white and gold trim for the entire pack. Now, if you don't want to listen to me ramble on about the new boots and you just want to cop them, I understand, and you can buy all of the new boots via the link to Unisport.com right up there. But before we take a deep dive into the tech of the Nemeziz, let's take a look at the design inspiration for the atmospheric pack, which is of course black, white and gold, and that is of course also super official and extremely cold. I mean, just look at it. Now, Adidas say that they've taken inspiration from the Stellar pack that was white, black and gold from 2016, which was very popular and of course also extremely frosty, just like this one. And if you take a look at the Predator 20 Plus Mutator here, it's a little bit of a stunner. Black, white and gold, it just always works. And I gotta say that I think Adidas have done decently well on the Nemeziz. On top of that, I mean, the whole split design works kinda for me, and I really like this whole gold to chrome gradual shift on the tooling. I mean, I'm also getting some Cruella de Vil vibes from the whole split design, but maybe that's just me.
Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil. If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will.
But they look cool, I think. Are we gonna see them on pitch, Jay? Well, actually, yes. Adidas have slapped them on the feet of some of their biggest next generation talents, such as Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Ryan Brewster, Matthew Guendouzi, and many, many more. And who knows? Maybe you're gonna join the club and get your feet in the atmospheric pack, because they're cool. But apart from the wickedness of the color combination in itself, the biggest news in the atmospheric pack is the tech update and facelift for the Nemeziz Plus and the Nemeziz.1. And you heard me right. It's not called the Nemeziz 19 Plus or 19.1 anymore, simply just Nemeziz Plus and Nemeziz.1. Now, I'm not really sure I understand the Adidas naming logic right now. I mean, we have the Copa 20 Plus, the Predator Mutator 20 Plus, the X Ghosted Plus, and now Nemeziz Plus. I mean, does it make sense to anyone? But anyways, this new Nemeziz Plus is based on the same boot as the 19 Plus was. We still have the tension tape base here, which is based around medical taping and basically giving you better agility, better strength around your ankles so you can move with more agility and more fluidly. And still it also offers that very sharp one-to-one close sensation on the ball because it fits you so personally. But unlike the Nemeziz 19 Plus, the upper isn't as smooth or as slippery anymore. Because Adidas have introduced this new grip texture on the silicone that protects the tension tape, which are basically little strips of synthetic material that goes in to interact with the ball, give you more grip and thus control over the ball in all the areas where you normally touch the football with your foot. So that would be dribbling, it would be shooting, and it would be passing on the instep. And yes, that is more or less the same story that we saw on the Nike Phantom GTs, because the concept is the same, I'll be honest. Did Adidas copy Nike then? Well, no, not really, because they started working on the Nemeziz Plus and .1 long before the Phantom GTs came out. But the way of thinking is pretty similar, I'll be honest. But the most important thing is that just like on the Phantom GTs, the new texture, it works. See, the new generation of Nemeziz is still super crisp in the touch, very razor sharp on the ball, but the new texture adds a little bit more of that tactile grippy sensation when you actually start to dribble. we're nowhere near Predator 20 levels of grip, but it gives me enough to make me feel a little bit more confident when I'm actually in possession of the ball. So not only is it to me a better Nemeziz overall, but I also like that the texture kind of sets it a bit more apart from the X than it was before. Because with the Nemeziz 19 boots, I felt it was a little hard to justify why I should go Nemeziz over X, because it felt a little bit too similar with the really thin and very smooth upper and kind of like it sounds harsh, but a poor man's version of the X. But the new texture here changes that quite a lot because it makes the Nemeziz more unique and sets it a bit more apart, and actually it takes up a place in Adidas's lineup that I feel they haven't had before, with that really subtle texturing, so that's pretty good. And because the Nemeziz.1 is a good football boot in itself, because of the new texturing, I'm much more inclined to actually wear this than I was before. So everybody wins. So, if you've been a fan of the Nemeziz boot so far, this is probably the best .1 in the silo so far, and potentially also the best Nemeziz Adidas have ever made. And while I am pretty positive towards it because it's a good football boot, I also think that the new boot still lacks a little bit of a clear identity. Because yes, the whole agility concept is, and especially was, cool when they released it, but that's 3 years ago and they're still running with the same concept. So maybe, just maybe, it's time that Adidas do what Nike did with first the Hypervenom Phantom and since the Phantom Venom, and accept that it's time for a rethink to change the concept up a little bit. Now, the Nemeziz is a very, very solid football boot, but I'm just not sure that it has the same rock star sex appeal like it had back then. So, time to change it up, Addy. However, that does not change my satisfaction with the fact that we got a new Nemeziz that's actually also better, or my general buzz around the colorway of the new atmospheric pack, because I think it's officially ice cold. And if you're with me and you want to cover pair, you can do so from your friendly neighborhood boot pusher, unisportstore.com, via the link right over there. And of course, if you want to make sure that you have the skills to match the level of swaggitude of the atmospheric pack, you can go learn how to improve as a footballer in the playlist right down there. But of course, before you do that, don't forget to go subscribe to the channel with the notifications on to get videos on all the latest products the second they drop. And with that said, guys, I'll be signing off. Cheerio.